The moment my father looked me straight in the eyes and said, "You are no longer my son," every voice inside our packed family reunion suddenly went silent. My younger brother smiled like he had already won everything. My stepmother wrapped her arm around him as if she had finally erased me from the family forever. They believed I would beg for forgiveness. They had no idea that within 24 hours their perfect lives would completely fall apart. For years I worked beside my father building the family construction company while my brother spent his days wasting money on expensive cars and luxury vacations. Every successful project carried my name, but every compliment was handed to him. I stayed quiet because I believed hard work would eventually earn respect. Instead, it only made me easier to use. Everything changed when my grandmother secretly called me to her house the night before the reunion. She handed me a small locked box and whispered, "Never let your father destroy what your grandfather built." After she hugged me, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. At the reunion, my father proudly announced that every company share, every property, and every dollar would belong to my brother. He claimed I had betrayed the family and ordered security to remove me. Before leaving, I placed the small box on the dining table and walked away. Nobody opened it until my family lawyer arrived later that evening. Inside was my grandfather's final handwritten letter along with legal documents proving that I had quietly purchased 40% of the company years earlier using profits my grandfather had invested in my name. The letter revealed that my father had ignored my grandfather's final wishes and had secretly transferred company money into personal accounts for almost a decade. Federal investigators received copies of every document. The very same morning my father's accounts were frozen, my brother's luxury cars were seized. The company board voted to remove both of them before sunset. 3 days later, my father knocked on the door of my small apartment looking older than I had ever seen. He asked me to save the family business. He even called me son again for the first time in years. I looked at him without anger because revenge had already done its job. I reminded him that family is not defined by blood or money. Family is built through loyalty, honesty, and respect. Then I quietly closed the door and walked toward the future my grandfather had always believed I deserved.